Space shuttles are go on internal.
Roger. All systems are internal.
Roger. SSL, you have a clear to launch.
We've come so far, yet there's so very far to go. We've watched our dreams become reality. We have tasted of what the future holds in store for us, and realize that we hold all the keys. And tomorrow's filled with promise stretched forever. The future's like a never-ending theme.
Maintenance fund, come in. Can you see the problem?
This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from the Disney theme parks all around the world. Here now the news for January 13th, 2025. Real quick, I'm not going to read the Promising Tomorrow schedule again. Enough people complained, even though, you know, there's chapters on this show and you could just skip ahead to anything. But just a quick reminder that we do have our free-to-attend meetups on January 15th at the Magic Kingdom. And then, of course, very special news tonight on January 16th. Tickets still available for that. We have our meet and greet event with our Imagineer friends coming to the event on Friday night. And on Saturday, it is a full day of presentations celebrating 50 years of Space Mountain around the world, and as well 30 years of new Tomorrowland at the Magic Kingdom, with a whole lot of surprises in store. We're very excited about this event, and we hope you will join us for it. Full schedule, all that available at spacemountain50.com. Join us digitally by streaming or join us in person. Either way, bound to be a really fun time. But let's get to the news, shall we? The Walt Disney Company has released a statement announcing a commitment of $15 million to help those impacted by the fires still sweeping across Los Angeles. The official statement states that the history of the Walt Disney Company is inextricably linked to the greater Los Angeles area and calls the recent devastation heartbreaking. Disney says their donation will help support multiple organizations, including the American Red Cross, the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation, and the Los Angeles Regional Food Bank. The Disney Company will also continue to offer additional resources to the many cast members affected by the fires through their Employee Relief Fund. Walt Disney Company CEO Bob Iger is quoted as saying, "As this tragedy continues to unfold, the Walt Disney Company is committed to supporting our community and our employees as we all work together to recover and rebuild from this unbelievable devastation." Walt Disney came to Los Angeles with little more than his limitless imagination, and it was here that he chose to make his home, pursue his dreams, and create extraordinary storytelling that means so much to so many people around the world. We are proud to provide assistance to this resilient and vibrant community in this moment of need. The statement concludes with the company expressing its heartfelt gratitude to the thousands of firefighters and first responders working tirelessly to help save lives and prevent further devastation. Now, the Firefighter Fund, which we just mentioned, is actually what we're going to be raising money for. You know, at WWNT, we can't help but get involved in these things when these moments arise. I don't have it in front of me, but I know Joe Rohde said something especially poignant about the Altadena area, which is that has been a home and is still a home to so many Imagineers. It's where so many of them lived, have lived, and live now. And so it's a community that is really very much connected to the Walt Disney Company and to so much that we love, whether it's the things we talk about every week on this show or cover every day on the website. So it only feels right to get involved in this. So we are going to be raising money for the Firefighter Fund later this week with a live stream. We are going to, no additional charge to any of you at home, right here on this channel, we are going to live stream all of the Imagineer presentations from our last event, which is Stage 89, a celebration of 35 years of Disney's Hollywood Studios. And while you're watching that, there will be a donation link right there at the bottom. We're going to put it up now. If you want to donate now, if you're going to miss the stream, you could just donate now to the link we're showing. But we're going to show that for, I think, at least 24 hours. We're going to leave that streaming in hopes that people will enjoy that and go donate, inspired by the Imagineers that are part of that presentation. A number of them who have lived in that area or still live in that general vicinity. So we hope you will help us do our part to make a little magic in people's lives at this time where it is absolutely needed. This year marks the 50th anniversary of Space Mountain at Walt Disney World. Don't worry, this isn't another ad for Promising Tomorrows, I promise you. And 2 new limited edition pins are available to commemorate the milestone. This is about the extent of what Disney will be doing for this anniversary, folks. We found these pins at the Emporium in the Magic Kingdom. The first pin is the Mickey Space Mountain pin. It's $22.99. This is cute. I have OCD, and so I don't like that the streaks of light are just pure streaks of light. They're not they don't look like the lights that are in the tunnel on Space Mountain, so it drives me a little crazy. Otherwise, I'm glad these pins exist, though. Then the annual pass holder exclusive pin is Donald and Goofy on Space Mountain. That pin is also $22.99. Yeah, limited edition pins are super expensive now. They keep going up every year. Kind of nuts, but I'm going to not punch up at the Walt Disney Company today because they gave $15 million to people that really need it. So I'll exclude them from it today. But nonetheless, I'm glad there's some merchandise for Space Mountain's 50th, but I will tell you, at our event this weekend, there will be some exciting Space Mountain 50th anniversary items. So stay tuned. If you're streaming the event, we'll give you an opportunity to purchase some of them, so stay tuned. The construction walls covering large sections of the Plaza del Sol Caribe Bazaar, more commonly known as the Pirates of the Caribbean gift shop, have shifted to reveal a refreshed section of the store, along with the outer wall of what will become the new Pirates of the Caribbean themed tavern. Construction walls are still up on the right side of the entrance. Guests entering the attraction walk to the left of the walls. Additional walls are still standing to the right of the entrance of what will now be the new Pirate Lounge. The signage for the old Pirates League makeover experience still hangs from one wall. Moving inside the building, the construction walls have now shifted. This wall takes over the former walking space that was available for the past few months, as the rest of the store was blocked. The hallway leading to the guest restrooms is still open to the right, and these shifted walls wrap around the corner and extend down the length of the rounded archways. We arrived shortly after the walls were placed, so they still had wet paint signs posted on them. Moving now to the newly opened section of the store. This wall is one of the sections that was previously blocked to guests. The wall serves as the barrier between the new Pirate Tavern and the gift shop. And as we move forward, the tan walls have been pushed out from their previous position. It's likely to give more space to the lounge, though they may make the store a bit smaller. Following this jutted wall around the corner, the section that was previously blocked now has new shelves for merchandise. This revealed section leads towards the open-air courtyard of the store, which is now back open to guests. The shelves to the right of the courtyard are also new. The roof of the new wall has been covered in orange tiles as well to match the rest of the building. The store used to extend around the courtyard, but this painted wall now blocks the right side. And looking at some of the details in the new section, these hanging lamps have been placed near the jutted walls. The hanging lamps match the shape of the geometric wall lights stuck on the walls around the rest of the building. The new merchandise shelves have also been decorated with new props matching the pirate theme. These shelves look like they are being used to stash some plundered loot. And even more new props have been placed atop the shelves closest to the courtyard, including what looks like some ancient statues, pottery, and jewelry. Following the new Walt Disney World trend of creating cosplay-style hoodies for favorite characters, we found this new hoodie from Louis in The Princess and the Frog and Tiana's Bayou Adventure. We found it in the Critter Co-op at the Magic Kingdom. The Louis cosplay hoodie is $79.99. It's olive green with an off-white ridged belly, just like the scales on Louis. And near the bottom of the ridged stomach area and the hand pocket is the Tiana's Bayou Adventure word mark printed in green with its usual font. The right sleeve of the hoodie has a musical theme with a trumpet floating amidst sprinkles of yellow light and some black musical notes. The left sleeve shows two fireflies, likely a part of Ray's family, or maybe it's Ray and Evangeline, it's supposed to be, I don't know, flitting between more sparkles of light. And each sleeve of the hoodie has an extended band of elastic on the wrist that covers part of the wearer's hands. The elastic has a hole for a thumb to poke out on one side. The hood features Lewis's yellow eyes and the top of his snout peeking over the wearer's head. And the interior lining fabric has a repeating pattern of the musical animals featured in Tiana's Bayou adventure, including Myra and Mondo the frogs. But no, where's my boy Larry? Larry still has not appeared on merchandise. What are you doing? Where is Larry? Where is our Larry hoodie? We want a Larry hoodie now. Anyway, cursive black text also says this joint is hoppin'. Why does it say, man, they sure can play? They say that like 5 times in the ride. Lewis's quote from the attraction, when guests are shrunk to the size of frogs, though, is when he says this joint is hopping. On the back of the hoodie, 2 plush green spines run from the top of the hood all the way down to the middle of the waist. And the spines stop just above a printed image of Lewis's curled tail. Lewis is the latest character to get his own hoodie. Of course, Remy and Figment both got one at Epcot, and of course, the Yeti got one at Expedition Everest. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Dream Vacation begins with Be Our Guest and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. They, in fact, just helped me book another cruise. I'll be on the Fantasy relatively soon. It was a great deal. Head over to beourguestvacations.com/WDWNT, and their team will design your next magical vacation, from the Walt Disney World and Disneyland resorts to the Disney Cruise Line to Adventures by Disney and more. They're also able to book unforgettable VIP tours where you and your group can experience the ultimate park day. And the best part is their concierge services are 100% free. So book today. They'll handle everything. If you book a cruise, you don't have to handle booking Remy or Enchante or Paulo, any of those things. You don't have to be the one to try to fight for a, why am I blanking on the name of those things on the beach? What are they called? Cabana. Thank you, man. I need to drink from Figment's brain for power. They can help you book a cabana. Don't fight people yourselves. Let them fight for you, and it costs you absolutely nothing. Speaking of this Figment brain drinking mug, let's talk about some new Figment merchandise, including the first 2025 Epcot International Festival of the Arts item, are now available online at DisneyStore.com. The Epcot International Festival of the Arts 2025 Figment Spirit jersey for adults is $79.99. It's dark purple with vibrant artwork of Figment and Spaceship Earth in puffy ink on the left breast. The Festival of the Arts logo is in puffy ink across the back shoulders. And Figment screen art on the back midsection depicts Figment's full body and a close-up of his face. Spaceship Earth is in the bottom corner. Around Figment are musical notes, stars, his footprints, and a pair of theater masks and a paintbrush creating lines of color. There's a Figment Skeeter mini crossbody bag by Lug. You've seen this already. That's $65, but online now. This is brand new. The Figment Disney Lacers limited edition vinyl collectible figure is $24.99. This will be the only Disney Lacer I ever buy because it's Figment. Made of soft sculpted PVC, the eye stay is pink and orange. The trim of the sole is orange, while the toe, tongue, and heel counter are yellow. Figment is depicted against a purple background featuring Spaceship Earth on both sides. One side has the Epcot logo of circles and a globe. The other side has 83 in pink for the year Journey into Imagination Open, the original, the good one. The sides are also dotted with white stars. The Epcot logo is also in purple on the tongue, and Figment and the Disney Lacers logo are on the sole, which is yellow with purple highlights and orange lines. It comes in a custom box with a custom tissue paper insert. It's a limited edition of 2,000. There's then the Figment sculpted mug, which is right here. It's $24.99. These newer items, the festival items, are expected to be at the Creation Shop on Friday, but if you're not coming in time for the event, here's a link right here. This link is going to send you to our post. The reason I'm sending this to you is if you're going to buy it, if you go through our link, we actually have an affiliate program with DisneyStore.com, and you help support WDWNT by doing that. Doesn't cost you anything extra. Just by clicking on the items in that link, we end up getting a percentage from DisneyStore.com. So if you want to look at it this way, if you don't like Disney right now, Disney makes less and we get a cut. So if you want to buy some Figment stuff and help us out, we deeply appreciate it. But I'm going to go click our link in a few minutes and buy that shoe. I need this. I need the weird tiny shoe. I don't know what to do with it, but I have to get it. Half of DinoLand USA closed on January 12th of 2025, that including Chester and Hester's Dinosaur Treasures, of which I made the final purchase, Triceratops Spin, and the Fossil Fun Games. Construction walls and planters now divide the land, leaving Dinosaur, the Boneyard, and Restaurantosaurus open. The Dinorama area of DinoLand was themed to a carnival-style roadside attraction and included, again, what we just talked about. And at one time, it also included a roller coaster called Primeval Whirl, but that was demolished finally in 2021. Now walls divide the former Dinorama from the rest of the land. Walls and planters, I should say. Some aspects will be demolished, while others, like the Dinosaur Treasure Shop, will be rethemed and repurposed, as shown in the concept art for the new Tropical Americas area. A row of rolling planters is in front of the Cementosaurus at the back entrance of DinoLand, and an apt sign pointing to Rides of Extinction remains on a nearby fence. Through the dino's legs, we see that the carnival games are still standing for the time being, now prizeless, and some steel, possibly for scaffolding, is sitting on the ground next to the dinosaur. Construction walls and planters surround Triceratops Spin, and PPG Paints branded signs are on the walls. One features Rafiki and his quote of "Change is good." Another features Doug from Up and his most famous quote, "Squirrel." What yelling squirrel has to do with construction, I have no idea. I don't get that one, but either way. It seems that Donald's Dino Bash meet and greets are unaffected, will remain in operation, and the walkway behind Chester and Hester's Dinorama, though, behind the store there, is now blocked. That is no longer accessible. Meanwhile, what does this mean for the rest of DinoLand USA? Well, according to a rumor we've heard from viable sources, you still have 1 year left to experience all the rest of DinoLand. Our sources tell us that the remnants of the land will close simultaneously in exactly 1 year's time in January of 2026. Disney had previously announced that DinoLand would close in phases, and they of course have now said that Dinosaur will be operating throughout the remainder of 2025. So it's not only Dinosaur that will be remaining throughout the rest of 2025, that also includes the Boneyard and Restaurantosaurus and Trilobites, everything else. Of course, even though it's listed as part of DinoLand, Finding Nemo, The Big Blue and Beyond is not included in any of this. That will not be closing, but yeah, so next January, we expect the rest. So Dinosaur, Trilobites, Restaurantosaurus, and the Boneyard. It's going to be the end of them, and those meet and greets as well. The DinoLand space will become an 11-acre tropical Americas land, and much of the land will be shaped into the fictional town called Pueblo Esperanza, where guests can enjoy a carousel of hand-carved Disney animal characters. Pueblo Esperanza will also have one of the largest quick-service restaurants at Walt Disney World, that being the remodeled Restaurantosaurus. Dinosaur will be reimagined into an Indiana Jones attraction, and a brand new attraction will take over the entire Dinorama footprint themed to Encanto. Guests will be carried through the Madrigal family's casita as the family celebrates Antonio's birthday. It kicks off on the day Antonio receives his gift of talking to animals, but Disney said the ride will go beyond the movie. Goodbye, DinoLand. In a Florida court filing issued this past week, fired Walt Disney World cast member Michael Schur has agreed to plead guilty to computer fraud and aggravated identity theft. As we previously reported back in October, Schur, an ex-Walt Disney World cast member, was being sued by the company for changing online restaurant menu information. According to the lawsuit issued in October, Schur was fired in June of 2024 and continued to access online menu information for 3 months after his dismissal. It was believed that he was maliciously changing menu information in retaliation for his firing. Schur's actions were noticed after he began altering the fonts of online menus, but some of his other changes included removing the allergen warning information on menus to indicate certain items were safe for those with allergies, when in actuality they were not. The initial allegations noted that no guests had been harmed by the changes. In the newest plea agreement, additional information about the extent of Schur's crimes have been revealed. As well as changing fonts and allergen information, Schur also added a swastika to one menu and changed the geographic information on wine lists to the locations of recent mass shootings. Schur also launched a denial-of-service cyber attack in August of 2024, attempting to lock other Walt Disney World cast members out of their company accounts. Schur later visited the home of one of the denial-of-service targets during the night, giving a thumbs up to one of the target's security cameras before walking away. Disney later provided security to the aforementioned target and moved them to a hotel as a safety precaution. Disney has since stopped using the third-party menu creation application and notes in the plea agreement that it has moved to a manual menu approval and distribution process while a new system is developed. Schuer will be subject to a restitution order and fine when he is sentenced. The recommended length of prison time will be determined once the full financial loss to Disney has been calculated. That's wild. I understand you got fired and you're angry about it, but some of those things those are not good things to do. Don't do those things to people. You only hurt other people and not actually the Walt Disney Company. The new Disneyland Resort Magic Key exclusive Stitch popcorn bucket is now available. It's $14.25. Refills are available for $2. If you're a Magic Key holder, this exclusive Stitch popcorn bucket can be purchased through February 19th while supplies last. It has a Magic Key logo and Disneyland Resort wordmark. The bucket is white with red stripes, while the lid and handle are blue. There is a 1 bucket purchase limit per Magic Key holder. Features Stitch in various poses, including hugging Scrump, dancing, enjoying a drink, and more. He appears in both his natural alien form and his dog form. According to the official Disneyland website, now through January 13th, Magic Key holders can also take home a special souvenir pin featuring beloved Disney characters, and a special limited-time photo op with Disney characters is also available. The location for the pass holder exclusive offering is the Starcade near the Star Trader in Tomorrowland and is available daily from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Disney Cruise Line has confirmed that it will build a 4th Wish-class ship before moving to a new, smaller class design. As reported by Seatrade Cruise News, these are the first details released for Disney Cruise Line's 4 new builds contracted at Meyer Werft last August. The 4th 144,000 gross tonnage liquefied natural gas-powered Wish-class ship will have a capacity of 4,000 passengers and is set to come in 2027. 3 new vessels will follow it in 2029, 2030, and 2031, coming in at 100,000 gross tonnage with a capacity of 3,000 passengers. This new class will be 20% larger than the Disney Magic and the Wonder, but smaller than the Dream and Wish classes. The new class of ships will not use LNG, but will be able to run on a variety of fuels, including renewable methanol and hydrotreated vegetable oil, or HVO, while also staying adaptable to other fuel options that become available. Disney also said that the new class will be among the lightest cruise ships of their size, saving fuel with next-generation power, a streamlined hull, and propulsion systems, among other energy optimizations. The ships will also have a battery system to support and supplement the main engines. When in port, the ships can shut down their engines and utilize shore power. Disney did also say that having ships in this size will allow them to visit more ports of call. I think that became a worry as these ships have gotten bigger and bigger. There are still a number of ports out there that the Wish-class ships, can't go to. And so I think Disney wants to include their number of destinations, and the way to do that is something bigger than the 2 original ships, but smaller than the subsequent ships since. But either way, the number of ships total in the Disney Cruise Line fleet is increasing to 13 by 2031. There's 6 already. Number 7 will be the Disney Destiny, 7, this November, and in December, the Disney Adventure out of Singapore. Then there will be those 3 new ships that we just talked about, that new class. There is the Wish-class ship to be operated by the Oriental Land Company, and then, of course, the other new one, which we just spoke about. On January 10th of 2025, Disneyland Paris debuted its new nighttime spectacular, Disney Tales of Magic. Thanks to DLP Welcome, we're sharing a full video of the show on our website. The new nighttime show at Disneyland Paris was first announced back in August, with the official name and more revealed in November. The show includes characters from both Disney and Pixar animated films such as Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, Lilo and Stitch, Encanto, Coco, Toy Story, and WALL-E. Disney Tales of Magic is the first show at Disneyland Paris to ever feature projections on Main Street USA facades, and the show also utilizes a new LED lighting package and a new immersive audio system. And drones operated by Dronesos form 3D images in the sky, along with pyrotechnics, fireworks, lasers, and fountains. The show's soundtrack was composed exclusively for the production, features over 20 custom arrangements of iconic Disney and Pixar songs, and the new main theme, Live in Magic. It's performed in French and English by Legrand, accompanied by a 100-piece orchestra recorded at Air Studios in London. I haven't watched the video yet. I'm trying to keep this a surprise for later, for when I actually see it. I've read the feedback, and a lot of people feel the drone display is not quite as grandiose as some of the former offerings, like the Electrical Sky Parade and other things like that. And there's a lot less pyro than other fireworks shows, namely Disney Dreams, God rest its soul, and Disney Illuminations, which, no, I have nothing pleasant to say about that show. I hate that show. So it does feel like kind of a budget cut in some ways. It's nice they have a new show. Look, the Main Street Projection's a great thing to add, but hopefully they get to dial it up a little bit. I hope people eventually get a show they feel real strongly about. Disney Dreams feels like the last show anyone really, really loved there. And so it's time to finally give that a proper replacement. I feel like it's a little bit of what's going on in the Epcot Lagoon where they can't quite get it. They haven't really nailed a replacement for Dreams yet. But I think it's doable. I believe it can happen. While running a little behind some of the other Disney parks around the world, the Mickey's PhilharMagic attraction in Hong Kong Disneyland is finally getting its digital upgrade in the new Coco scene. A recent story shared on the Hong Kong Disneyland official Instagram account takes a look at the construction wall currently covering the attraction while it's undergoing its refurbishment. If you look closely at the construction wall, you can see that Miguel's white guitar from Coco has been included in the musical instruments floating around Donald. Of course, that's his uncle's guitar. But anyway, the post confirms that Mickey's PhilharMagic in Hong Kong will be getting that new Coco scene. The sequence was announced all the way back in July of 2021 and then came to the Magic Kingdom Park in November of that year. It also debuted earlier in that year at Disney California Adventure, and then since has debuted at Disneyland Paris and Tokyo Disneyland. But this will be the last one in the world to get that Coco scene and also finally get the digital treatment. When I went to Hong Kong last summer, there was still film. It was like going back in a time machine, watching PhilharMagic in film again, seeing it flicker. Kids, if you didn't know, film used to like flicker on a screen. It was a thing. Anyway, I love Hong Kong Disneyland. I'm glad they're finally getting some love. It's good to see. I'm very happy for them. For the absolute latest on these stories and all that didn't make it into today's show, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind the show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to all our WIGS members watching who make this show happen every week. Of course, WIGS members do get a discount on in-person promising tomorrow's registration and also a discount on coming to live recordings of WW News Tonight and also live filmings of this show. We got a couple coming up at the end of this month. We got a few in February. Get your tickets now at events.wdwnt.com. It's an opportunity to see our museum, which is getting plussed up right now. We got some new exhibits debuting this weekend at the event. Some cool new stuff going to be on display. And it's just a good time. So come join us. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying, enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.